What up YouTube? My name is Marvin and today we're going to be talking about this Harley Benton G212 vintage vertical. So before I even talk about this cabinet, I need to give a shout out to Toman. They didn't send this to me or anything for free. I paid for it. I paid about $260 or $253 or something. And it was like $83 to ship via UPS. But I have to point out, this came in about 2 days from the time I clicked purchase on the website to the time it showed up at my door. 2 days. I live here in New York and it came all the way from Germany. That's insane. So Toman, shout out to you. UPS, super shout out to you. Anywho, so what's the big deal about this cabinet? So first of all, this cabinet is super affordable and it supposedly comes with Celestion Vintage 30s. The really weird thing about this is that if you bought the two speakers by themselves, they cost more than the entire cabinet combined. It's a little too good to be true. Or is it? So the point of this video is basically to talk about my experience with the cabinet itself. And yes, it definitely comes with Celestion V30s. I opened it, looked at it. They are the Chinese versions, but honestly, I don't notice a big difference. I think they still sound incredible. You'll see people on the internet saying, oh, it has to be the Mesa ones or the UK ones or the Marshall ones. Listen, if the speaker doesn't sound good, it's probably not the speaker, it's probably you and the amp you're pairing with it. And I stand by that. The cabinet itself, I believe, is made of plywood. And I'll be honest, it's not exactly the best, most well-made cabinet. And that's not really a problem. Some people might sit there and look at the nitty-gritty. And of course, there are gonna be little issues in quality control. You have to understand that Harley Benton is selling it for a steal of a price. So it's gonna show up somewhere. And what's most important when it comes to a speaker cabinet is the way that it sounds. It doesn't bother me personally if there are little imperfections with the cabinet. I'm not expecting this to be like an Angle cabinet or a Mesa cabinet. This is just something for me to have at home to just play and actually have my amp high enough where I can play with the controls without sitting down here. I'm short and it's already a problem for me to access an amp on a regular 212, like a horizontal. Most people I think would have that same issue as well. So that was the main reason I wanted a vertical. It's just taller. And honestly, looks nicer in my videos. And you can see the size of the cabinet. It actually fits my EVH 5150 perfectly. Maybe the EVH is just a millimeter or so wider, but the size of this is really good. And it's actually not as heavy as I was expecting. It's got enough weight where it feels strong and sturdy, but it's not so heavy where you know you're gonna blow your back out. And one thing I really do like about this cab is that it is front loaded. There's a tab on the bottom of the cab where you just simply pull it and the Velcro will allow the front panel to come off and it makes speaker swaps really easy. And I can just say, since I've already had this cabinet for about maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I tried it with the V30s and I love it. You know, the stock V30s. I actually swapped in my Eminence DV77s and I think they sound even better. There's nothing wrong with the V30s that come with the cab, but I don't even like V30s that much as is. Even if you gave me some UK V30s or whatever, they're just not for me. The DV77s are kind of my preferred speaker. I already put them in here and it sounds amazing, and I actually had to take them back out to put the originals back in so that I could do this video, because I figured I might as well do this video with the original speakers. The cabinet also allows you to hook it to another extension cabinet, so you can turn this into a 4x12 or whatever. I don't remember what kind of connection it is, if it's series or parallel, but it has it in the back, so there's that bit of flexibility. And overall, just speaking from my experience without showing you the sound demos, I think this cabinet is great. It is probably the best bang for buck that you'll ever find on the market. I can't think of any better deal that you'll get. For a cabinet of this cost, coming to your house as quickly as it did for me, with V30s, and just looking great, sounding great, and overall just, it's a great deal. If you're budget minded or you want to have a smaller setup for home, your home studio, I highly suggest that you take a look at these Harley Benton cabinets. And I'm not sponsored or anything, I'm just speaking the truth, cold hard truth. Absolutely wonderful cabinets, well, cabinet that I got. I have no problems with it. And I'm gonna let you hear what it sounds like now. I'm gonna be using my EVH 5153. I have the EQ all in the middle to make it as plain as I can make it. The only thing that's a little wonky is the gain and the volume, because each channel is a little weird. I'm also using a CAD TSM411. I don't have an SM57 like everybody else, but it's close enough. And I think I positioned the mic in a way where it sounds just about the same as I can hear in the room. I will be playing my Ibanez ICT B721 7-string guitar. It's got passive pickups, and that's it. It's just me plugged in straight into the amp. Nothing special, nothing fancy. And here are some sound samples. Let me know what you think in the comments. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. As you can hear, this cabinet sounds fantastic. I think it's one of the best deals you'll ever see. If you haven't gotten one yet and you're looking for a cabinet, I mean, why aren't you getting this one? The only reason I could say that maybe someone shouldn't consider this cabinet, if you're actively gigging or touring, I'm not sure how this cabinet would fare during a tour or just moving it around, getting lugged and dents and scratches and bumps and, you know, moving around in vehicles and whatever, however you're planning to transport it. It's probably not the best made for that scenario. But if you have a home studio or you have a setup where it's going to be stationary 90% of the time, I think it's a no-brainer. And even if you do end up breaking it, the investment was so low that it's not that hard to replace as compared to getting a cabinet that's like $900 or $1,000 US. Either way, I think it's still one of the best bang for your buck cabinets out there. I have yet to see something that compares to this in its price point. If you know something like that, leave it in the comments and let me know. Maybe I'll go and buy it. Probably not, but let me know anyway. I'd love to know. Thank you for checking out my video. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment on what you liked or disliked or what you agreed, disagreed with, and subscribe for more content. Take care, stay safe, and have a great day. I just hit my Iceman on my guitar stand. Have a good day. Oh, have a good day.